Hello friends, I'm Dipali Bedi. I'm a clinical psychologist. I work with Sukoon Psychotherapy Center and I run this awareness program by the name of Sukoon Pledge to Seek Help. Today I'm going to talk about coronavirus and it being called as an unprecedented illness. We are calling it unprecedented, which clearly says that there is no example, there is no previous history to understanding what has happened today. But we are still trying to find links to connect with it. Normal theory of learning even says that we learn new things by connecting it with the past experiences. So concept came that Indian rituals are better, namaste is better than a handshake. The concept came of the Lakshman Rekha of Sita. We're comparing quarantine with Sita being Ram and Sita going to exile. Many such examples. But we are still using the word unprecedented. Not only because there is no live example of any one of us seeing it in our life that something like this happened, but also because of the fact that these words, it is not same as what has been happening around. These words cannot explain what is happening, what we should be doing and how things should be. Indian ritual of namaste might be nice, but we are people who like being physically very close to each other, being very connected with each other, which again is a problem in Corona. So it is not that our culture is better, we just need to get back to our roots. We just need to follow our culture and everything would be fine. No. Is it just about, you don't step out of the house, stay in the house and everything would be fine? Daily chores, daily things need to happen. Emergency people need to step out. Even the regular families have to go out for milk, bread, vegetables or whatever they need in day-to-day life. May not be every day, but yes, we cannot be for 21 days into lockdown, and now we are talking of extending of the lockdown. We cannot be completely in the house. Someone, at least one of the family member has to step out to get something. So again, it's not the same comparison. So there isn't really any comparison. And is this it? That's the reason that we are grappling to understand as to what to do and what not to do. I was hearing one discussion on the TV which was talking about it as a debate about lockdown as a debate between life and living. Do we want to save our life or do we want to save our living? But again, interesting factor. If I stay completely locked in, am I 100% safe? When I'll die out of hunger if I don't have things, that's a problem. Secondly, the psychological impact. We are social animals. We need some connectivity. People who are staying alone in their houses as of now, they are suffering from isolations. We are trying to tell them that you need to stay emotionally connected with one another. Stay connected through media. Stay connected in some way or the other with one another. We are trying to make sure that there are things that are provided to them. So it is not just staying inside would help everything, because inside again might be killing. People are comparatively more comfortable, those people who have their own lawns, who have their own balconies, there's something where they can peep out, they can move out. And comparatively it is we are talking about how difficult it is for comparatively the daily wage workers, people in the Dharawai or somewhere where, in that small place of 8 feet by 8 feet, around 6 people stay over there. So there is actually no social distance inside those spaces, then they would get their space to breathe only when they would step out. So they are worst impacted. So it's not about just being inside. So life again is the answer to life is even not so simple. And living, if we say let the living go on and we all step out, US tried to do that. That even didn't work. Because the fact is, living, if people are dying, making their living, and if a lot of people die, it'll ultimately impact the living a lot more. Because the providers, if they die, or the doers, even, I mean, it's both the ways. If the provider dies, who would provide to the business heads or industrial heads, or the bigger people die, who would give the jobs to the other people? And if the doers die, where would the industrialists and people like over there get the people to basically do work? So it's not so simple an answer, and that's the reason that we are grappling. We are really grappling hard to understand how to handle this, what to actually analyze out of it and what to make out of it. We are trying to handle our anxieties by trying to hook onto certain ideas that, maybe it's just like staying inside, which was instructed to Sita. Maybe it is just about simple philosophy of not stepping out. 14 साल का वनवास था, ये था, वो था. We are all trying to find answers. We are all trying to find connections where we can just get a hang of what to do. Indeed, Namaste is an Indian tradition, which might be a good idea, but there's another Indian tradition of touching the feet of the elders, which is the most riskiest thing as of now. We should be staying away from the feet of the elders, even as of now, which is not a great thing. Indeed, I was watching the TV and I was seeing that people are putting garlands onto the police people or other people. People trying to even throw roses on MCD people when they come into the lanes. These all things can actually be carrier of coronavirus. We are not interestingly looking at that aspect also, because obviously we did say articles do carry viruses, and none of us have still ruled out the fact that flowers don't, because flower, I'm wondering how much is the chances of those objects also carrying the virus along ahead. So obviously this would be somewhere even increasing the panic, which obviously is not the purpose of this video, but just a thought. But is everything, I mean, are we trying to actually find answers to what is good or bad? Is it actually comfortable inside? People who are staying alone are feeling lonely. People who are staying with the family are feeling suffocated. Even and in the family itself, hearing a lot of people still talking of it being boring. It still being, although there's a lot of work, but there's a sense of being caught inside. There's a sense of being jailed. So we are all grappling with it. We are all grappling, and it is a natural reaction. We cannot just find solace in this situation by going back to our old ways of being. It is time for us to change for survival, which is the most important need as of now. There is no precedent, there's no example of what we are going through. And we will not find answers in our past. We can have some bit of understandings of our past. We cannot find the answers in our past. We have to change. Everybody has to learn to change. And that's where the solution lies. Yes, it's not easy. I am not saying that I've mastered it. I am even equivalently mulling in my head, struggling in myself. But that's where the solution is. We all need to change. Let's try. Let's try and move towards such change. Thank you.